Say you want to find out where your family comes from without digging through old records. Where would you start? You might think of getting a genetic consultation with a doctor, but what if I told you that you can figure this out right from your own home? This is what 23andMe and AncestryDNA tests are used for. But how useful are these tests? Join us on this week's segment of Demystifying Research, where we unlock your genetic secrets. Are 23andMe and AncestryDNA tests worth it? 23andMe and AncestryDNA tests are DNA tests that help you discover your ancestral origins and genetic heritage. To begin, you order a DNA testing kit. Inside, there's a vial waiting to capture your unique genetic code. Once you send your saliva sample back to the company, advanced laboratory technology takes over. Your DNA is analyzed, and the results are like opening a portal to the past. These tests look at your unique DNA code. It's like a genetic map that holds clues about your origins. They scan for specific genetic markers, which are segments of your DNA that holds clues about your ancestry. By comparing your markers to a vast database of DNA from diverse populations around the world, these tests can trace the footsteps of your ancestors. Imagine your DNA markers aligning with regions such as Scandinavia, West Africa, or Southeast Asia. These tests can identify these ancestral threads and give you a glimpse into your genetic heritage. It's akin to revealing chapters of a story written in your DNA. Aside from ancestry, what else can these tests reveal about you? These tests can reveal your carrier status for certain diseases as well. If you're a carrier, it means you have one copy of a gene variant that could cause a disease if both copies were present. This information can be critical for family planning, as it helps you assess the risk of passing on certain conditions to your children. Genetic predispositions are another valuable insight. They reveal your genetic likelihood of developing certain health issues such as heart disease or Alzheimer's. This knowledge can empower you to make informed lifestyle choices and engage in proactive healthcare. Now, what are the actual accuracies of these tests? What are the limitations and uncertainties? Let's dive into this. Both 23andMe and AncestryDNA are mostly accurate about your main ancestry, like if you're European, Asian, or African, with both claiming over 99% accuracy. But if you want to know about specific countries or regions in your ancestry, they might not always be spot on. This is especially the case for groups with mixed backgrounds or those not well covered in their databases. The accuracy of ancestry estimations actually depends heavily on the reference populations the company uses. If a particular population is underrepresented in their database, the ancestry results for individuals from that population might be less accurate. Just as navigating with an incomplete or outdated map can lead to uncertainties in your data. Similarly, when it comes to health reports, for well-researched markers with strong evidence, like the detection of BRCA1 or BRCA2 mutations linked to breast and ovarian cancer risks, the accuracy can be quite high, much like reliable signposts on your journey. However, not all markers are as strongly associated with specific outcomes, so the accuracy of some health reports may be more uncertain, similar to encountering less reliable or clear signposts along the way. It is also important to consider that just because you have a genetic marker for a condition doesn't mean you'll develop it. These tests provide insights based on genetics alone and don't account for lifestyle, environmental, or other non-genetic factors. It is much like knowing about road conditions, but not the weather or traffic conditions on your route. Finally, it is important to understand that this is not a complete picture. No genetic test can capture the full complexity of one's ancestry or health predispositions. There are many genes and variants that scientists are still studying, and our understanding of genetics continues to evolve. So alongside limitations and uncertainties, we also have some privacy and ethical concerns when it comes to DNA testing. Imagine sending in your DNA test to a worldwide known commercial company and having doubts on who has access to it. This can be quite concerning to think about. Nobody wants to have their privacy breached. Big DNA testing companies come with a warning. Genetic information you share about yourself can be used against you and/or your interests. Now you're probably asking, how? Let's say you get your DNA test results back, and it says that you fall into being genetically predisposed to a disease like Alzheimer's, as previously mentioned. If you share this information with your doctor, it may become a part of your medical record and then accessible to insurance companies. Insurance companies can then increase your insurance rates, meaning you have to pay more out of pocket in the case that you actually do develop the disease in the future. In addition to this, companies like 23andMe come with several other terms and conditions. For instance, if you allow third-party apps like Facebook to sign into your account, it will collect certain information that can be traced back to you, your name, and your friends, depending on your privacy settings. You may not know about this unless you go through the 15 to 45 pages that outline terms, conditions, and privacy policies on the DNA test websites. It is therefore important to make informed decisions and also know what your rights are when it comes to genetic testing and its results. Canadians are actually protected by the Genetic Non-Discrimination Act, making it illegal for insurers or employers to request DNA testing or results. But this law is not international, so those outside of Canada must read up on terms and condition policies as well as the laws of the country they're in to help aid them in the process of doing so. Limiting those privacy settings to decrease risk of third-party app access to your information can also help to decrease the risk of your data being in someone else's hands. We hope that you are now able to make an informed decision when it comes to using these AncestryDNA tests. Thank you for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and join us next week.